Now to the latest on the coronavirus pandemic and the confusion over masking up. Millions will now be going maskless after a judge struck down the federal mask requirement on public transportation. All this as the CDC has now officially requested the Justice Department to proceed with an appeal of the ruling that lifted the travel mask mandate. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
As COVID cases rise once again across the country, mixed messaging about masking up. Some cities like Philadelphia and schools like the Milwaukee public school system reinstating indoor mask mandates.
People in Milwaukee, much like people across the country, are kind of sick and sick and tired of the pandemic. But we also have to understand that the pandemic is not necessarily done with us, and so we need to follow the guidance.
But many are saying goodbye to their masks after a federal judge in Florida struck down the Biden administration's transportation mask mandate.
It feels just almost surreal in a way to see so many maskless people in one spot.
Major airlines dropping their face covering requirements, many trains, buses, and rideshare companies doing the same. But experts warn it may be too soon.
We still have to remember we're in a pandemic, and the CDC continues to recommend people wear that mask in indoor public transportation settings. They can't enforce it, but they recommend it.
New infections growing by nearly 23% in the last week, more than half the country seeing a rise in cases, driven by new Omicron subvariant BA.2.12.1, first discovered in New York.
We did identify two subvariants of Omicron, which is driving the current spike in cases. We're not panicking about this, we're not changing, but we also want to make sure that we're smart about this.
The Justice Department is vowing to appeal the judge's decision if the CDC believes that mandate is still necessary. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.